Hi Husky Writers, here are the writing objectives for today. I can create books or scrolls by stapling or taping my pages together. And I can turn my writing into a book by stapling my pages in a small group. Let's get started. I thought that today we could start off our lesson by meeting me in our classroom library. Now, before you got here, I gathered up some books. And some of these books you can see are Flying by Donald Cruz, which we actually paid attention to during our first lesson. Now, if I'm looking through these pages here, I can notice that all of my pages in this book have to do with flying. And on the outside of this book, it tells me that it's called Flying by Donald Cruz. But there's something very unique and very special that I want to tell you about. Donald Cruz and other authors that are around aren't the only ones that are writing. They actually get the help from other people to help them with their writing. So I need your help today and every day when we're writing to get our writing done the right way. I brought a few of the Read About the World books, or nonfiction books, from the classroom library that we can look at here quickly. So let's see. I have this book called Light. And I see a light bulb, I see sunlight and moonlight, lamplight, candlelight. Okay. We already studied Flying by Donald Cruz, and we know that everything on these pages has to do with flying in an airplane. What insects do? Here's a picture of insects eating, insects drinking water, insects cutting, insects carrying. So you know what I'm noticing, friends? Each of these books have pages, and they're all about the same thing. Now, if I'm going back to my writing that we've done before, remember my garden from the first time that we wrote together? Oh, do you remember this from last week? Our playground, when we worked to stretch things out. There's something that's a little bit different from my writing and the authors and the books that we just studied. What's different? If you said that the books have multiple pages or many pages, and my writing just has one page, you are exactly correct. I want to teach you today that we can turn our writing into writing pieces just like the authors that we studied. And we can be doing it two ways. The first way, I took my pages and I used my stapler to staple along the corners here. And now I have my own book that I can be adding to. But there's a second way. You can take your pages and you can create a scroll. Do you know what that is? A scroll? Well, let me show you. So I'm lining up my pages right now. I'm using tape, and I'm going to tape the two pages together. And you might be thinking that this is pretty long. But something that's neat about a scroll is I can roll up my page so that it fits just like this. And I can keep it in a little spot after I've added to my writing. So you get to make the choice today if you want to go with a stapled book or if you want to tape your pages together in order to make a scroll. Now, I think we can do something to what we started last week, our playground. I wonder what I could do with my playground writing. What could I add to it? I want you to think about that for a second. What could I add to my playground writing? I want to hear what you think we should make with our writing from last week. I think maybe we should make a book. So I have my stapler, put some pages behind it, and now I can staple my book together with 3 little staples. And there we go. Now, we noticed that with our other books, our Read About the World books, or nonfiction books, they are teaching us something. And they're all about the same thing. When I was looking at the light book, remember there was candlelight, there was moonlight, there was sunlight. So if we started this writing about the playground, we need to be including other pages that have things that we like to play on. So if I'm thinking about the Clearwater playground, we have the swings, we have a climber, we have the spider web, monkey bars. There's one other thing that I'm thinking of right off the top of my head. And I'm turning my page. There is a merry-go-round. And this merry-go-round is gray. And it's in the shape of a circle. And there's a middle part right here. And connected to the middle part are these little, they're kind of triangles, not fully though, but there are these little cutouts where you can sit and push yourself around, or someone on the outside can be pushing you. So we have the merry-go-round here. But remember last week we learned that we can stretch things out to be our label. So stretch this out with me. Merry-go-round. Merry-go-round. Wow, friend, you were able to help me add another page to my writing, all about the playground, and you could help me add a label to my writing. So, here's what I need from you today. You can add to your writing that you started last week, or you can create a brand new writing piece. Now, with your new writing piece, be sure to staple some pages on or tape your pages, just like I did, to show you how to make a scroll. Here's a chart that we made during our first week of writing. So remember, when we think that we're done, we've only just begun. We can add more details to our pictures. We can add to our words. We can start a new piece, but there's something else that you can do. Are you ready to hear it? You can reread your writing. Now I want you to think back to reading the lessons that we have in the morning. We have always been talking for this past week or so about what it means to reread. So remember, it means to go back and read over it again. So you can work to reread your writing to help you add more to it. So writer, go off, get started, and I can't wait to see what you come up with this week.